Good morning guys, Matt, Pinnacle Angling. Today we're coming back to where it all started for me, my fishing journey many moons ago. I think most of you can see from the backdrop where I am. Absolutely cracking venue on this day. I am at Porthcawl Pier. So I'm about 4.5 hours before high water, and there's a cracking surf rolling in. We have had some high winds this week, so I think obviously it's going to affect the state of the water, but the day is absolutely beautiful. I got a bit of a southeasterly breeze, which an easterly on this place can be an absolute killer and just completely destroy the fishing. But I'm hoping today it's not so bad. Hopefully you can make it out. The beach, the fair, it's just Porthcawl. It looks like I got the pier to myself where I want to fish anyway. There is one other gentleman here down on the lower ledge, but I'm going to be fishing up on the top. The corner of this part of the pier is pretty wet, so it looks like we might have had a bit of water coming up and over. Hi mate, you okay? Any joy? Is it? Happy days. So the guy on the bottom ledge just said he'd had a little schoolie so far, where I'm going to be fishing right on the end of the pier. So I'm hoping this wind isn't going to be too much of an issue for the camera. To be honest, it was looking pretty clean up here as well, which I'm really surprised with. Probably thanks to Mr. Denscum, Mark, who regularly comes up and cleans it. But it's looking pretty good. Right, I'll get set up and then back to you, fingers crossed, and get straight into the fish. Start of the session, literally first cast, been out there no more than 5 minutes, and the rod nearly went over. There are some big swells out there today, so any fish of decent size is going to be able to get into that swell and pull your line and go, because my rod nearly come out of the rest then. So we got a nice slab of a smalleye. Look at that. So the Pinnacle Angling Aberdeen hooks, look at it, doing its job, taking straight in the lip. There. And he's an absolute slab. Absolutely beautiful fish. That's the one thing about Porthcawl Pier. On this day, I'm gonna make a bold claim here now, but on this day, it's probably one of the best small line marks in South Wales. You know, the only problem is sometimes it gets left in a mess, and and it doesn't have a very good reputation, you know, the smell sometimes when you come here. So today is pretty clear though, so well done to everybody who's keeping it clean. And yeah, it resulted in this nice slab of a smalleye first cast. We're getting back. Go through some of the baits and the setups I'm using today. It's nothing groundbreaking, it's pretty standard ray fishing. So first bait, and the bait that just took that smalleye was some snake loans. So these means small loans, but what it is around about an extra large sand eel. Fantastic ray bait, I'll be honest with you. And I don't know if you remember from my last video that I was saying I'm not a superstitious person, but whenever I fish, whenever I go fishing, if I've got sand eel with me, that is always the first bait that I will put out. And you know, it just paid dividends there. Second bait I got, this pack of bluey. Third bait, squid, and I got half a mackerel with me as well. So this just standard ray fishing baits. The rig that just took that smalleye was an up and over rig. You know, I've had a few comments on my videos in the past and on my Facebook page and everything, people saying that they struggle to catch rays. So one bit of advice that I would, most of my fishing is done using a pulley rig, right? Pulley rigs are great, fantastic for big fish, but the up and over rig, it ensures that the rig is fishing hard on the bottom. As you know, a ray is a flat fish and just skates across the bottom looking for their food. So you've got to make sure that your bait is hard on the bottom. Right, so on the business end, all I've got is some of my own brand, the Pinnacle Aberdeen hooks. It looks like it's probably going to be September. I make my first order of mass production, so probably sometime in the start of 2024 is when my terminal tackle is going to be onto the market. So gonna chuck another launch on this one because that's what took the first fish. Treat it as you would a sand eel. Keep your eye on that rod for me. Treat it as you would a sand eel. Just nip off the head by the eyes. All that does is expose the guts and everything to release a bit of scent. Snip off the tail, and then all I do, I go down in through the gill and back out to the bottom, so it looks like that. The hook is very proud and fish picks it up, get hooked in the lip like that last one did. That one, I nearly pulled my rod off a stand. So, bit of elastic just to hold it in place, and as always around the knot and around the eye of the hook, a couple of extra turns just to make sure the hook isn't moving when it's flapping about on the seafloor. Half it's just to hold it in place. Penna look, a couple of twists, down and out, pull him tight. So then that's what you're left with. You're left with a nice launch bait, and the rays absolutely love them. So let's get us out there. was having a little bite on. This rod. It's stopped now, but the line was a tiny little bit slack. Pull it in, check a bait, put a fresh one on, and get it back out. Oh, there is a fish on yet. You know what I was saying at the beginning of the video about it being one of the best small-eye ray marks in South Wales? It's also a prolific dogfish mark as well. We get them unhooked, get them back, but it's also a good sign the fish are on the feed. This easterly wind hasn't really affected anything, so get these back, get these off, and get the baits back in the water. We'll let the dogs out.
Pop, come in. Pop.
There you go, guys. That's the second small eye ray of the session. So I got 3 rods out, one going straight out the front, Conti going out to the left, and then the rod heading out towards Rest Bay Way, and that's the 3rd fish on that rod. Every fish I've caught so far have come off that rod. So we've had 2 small eyes and 2 dogfish. That's 3 casts and 4 fish. Fish number 5 of the session, and everything coming out, just 3 casts with this rod, 5 fish. So again, we'll bait it up, send it back out there, fingers crossed next one won't be a doggy. It's the first bite I've had on the rod, which is cast out towards Ogmo. It's a squid bait, which means it could be anything, but looking at the bite, I think it's a classic dogfish bite. So we'll get it in and hope it's not a doggy. That's the 4th dog I've caught today now, so that's the last dog I'm going to show you on camera. Hopefully I can get some other fish out to make sure the video is actually a viable video, but we'll get this one unhooked, get him back, and then we'll cast out. I think the next one I'm going to drop in close. I might put a rod bottom on him, drop it in close, and and hope that I can pick something up in nice and close, maybe a bass, maybe a conger. But I think we'll change the tactic up a little bit. Right, so we're going to change up tactic a little bit on the left-hand rod. I'm going to drop it down in front of the pier on the rough stuff. So I'm going to chuck down pool squid, 6/0 pinnacle predator, and hopefully we can get into something big, which is lurking off the front. You know, since the work have been done on the pier, there's like a bit of a rocky outcrop on the front, which wasn't there before. So I've never tried to fish on it, never tried to use it to my benefit, so I'm going to try it now. And put a rotten bottom. Put a rotten bottom on there. It's just a pulley with 6/0 hooks. It's going to be a big old bait. If you want to see the rod and bottom system I'm using, go onto my channel, onto my homepage, and there's a video, Snout Point, and I run through my rod and bottom system on that video. So if you're unsure on rod and bottom, go and check out my video on Stout, and I'll show you everything you need to know. I'm going to get this out there, fingers crossed we can get into something nice. But again, I do always say it on camera, doing these different things, different tactics, and very rarely do they come to fruition. So I'm talking a good game yet again. Fingers crossed I can prove I can catch fish. It's the squid bait. It's the squid bait with a rod and bottom. I'm going to go out about 20 yards just to see if there's anything close in. What I'll do, I'll set my ratchet, set the drag, just in case something does pick it up and decide to run off. I don't lose my rod. See if a change of tactic brings some other species out. That rod, which I've thrown out about 20 yards, it hasn't been out 5 minutes. Full squid bait, rotten bottom on it. And it looks like something's already giving a bit of action. And we'll have a look, we'll put it in. This doggy, literally 20 yards out on a big squid bait. So we get him off, get him off, and we get it back in the water. Fish number 7. Right, the Conti rod that I got out with baited feathers, I'm going to pull them in. I don't seem to be having much luck for there, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to change it over for a 2-hook flapper, 1 up 1 down rig, which basically means 1 hook, because I'm fishing off an elevated level like a pier. So if you can imagine fishing on a flat beach, when you cast out, all your line is going to be on the seabed, or in the water on the seabed, because you're at the same level as what your bait is. Now on an elevated platform, what it does, your line is pretty much going to be doing that in the water. So what a 1 up 1 down does, it means that because 1 hook is above the weight, and one hook is below the weight. When the weight is anchored that rig onto the bottom of the seabed, one hook is going to be floating about on the floor, and then we're going to have another one then which is going to be kicking about up in the water column a little bit. So it's just a little bit of a change in tactic. Obviously with the baited feathers, everything is up in the water flapping about, so I haven't seemed to be having much joy with that. You do have little schoolie bass and stuff which come in close, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to bait each hook with half a launce and chuck it out there and see if that brings us any joy. So you know, we've already had 7 fish this session. We've had 5 dogs and 2 small eye ray. It's gone really quiet at the moment now for the rays anyway. Yeah, fingers crossed. Change of tactic might bring us another species, another fish. So we've still got, I think, 2 hours before high water, so I've still got another 4 hours fishing. I've promised the missus that I'll be home by 3 o'clock, so we've all got to do our bit, haven't we? Right, so we'll get some launce on you now. I've also got pop-up beads on the hook lengths as well, just to try and create that little bit of extra movement with the bait in the water. And hopefully it might pull us out something different, but it's probably going to pull us out a dogfish, you know, because they are rampant at the moment, and especially in Porthcawl. This pier is renowned for dogfish, but it's also a fantastic small eye ray mark as well. You've just got to fish through them. You know, the majority, for me, the majority of my rays have always come off the right hand side, so it's probably not going to pick it up on the GoPro, but on out, as you stand facing out of the pier, 2 o'clock, there's a buoy. Now if you aim out towards that buoy, that is where I do have my best fishing on this venue. Always has been since I fished here as a kid. That has always been where I've had my best fishing of this venue. That's a perfect example of why I had to cut the launce just behind the eyes. Look at all that blood, that scent coming out of the fish. But there now, in the water, that is going to be throwing out some nice scent, ready for anything that is going to come in and get it. So I'll pull that Conti in now, and we'll send it back out with these on, and then fingers crossed we can get into different species. Thing about fishing piers, because you're in such a decent depth of water, it doesn't really matter if you're 150 yards out or 30 yards out. You know, there's always a nice depth of water, and a lot of different species, bass, congers, they don't mind coming in close. They don't mind coming in close. So silly not to Not to try a few different tactics to see if we can pull some fish out. And as I'm saying that, it looks like I got a bite on the one which is close in. It's nice to actually be back on the pier. I haven't fished here for a good few years now, but I've caught some nice fish off here. I caught my first ever small-eyed ray out towards there. I've lost what I want to say is my biggest fish. I didn't get to see what it was, but the fight they gave me was definitely felt like a big fish. I know it's an old fisherman's tale in there. Everyone's got that old that tale of the one that got away, but yeah, it was definitely a big fish. Yeah, it's nice to be. The problem with this place, and it's not just a problem with this place, is a lot of the more well-known high water venues. It attracts a lot of people who, unfortunately, they don't have the same level of respect for the venues that they really should. You have a lot of rubbish, a lot of alcohol cans, a lot of bait packets left, and it's sad that other people then have got to clean up their mess. But I don't think it's just in fishing. I think it's in any walk of life. You know, people who don't show respect to the venues like they should, and the only people who will lose out in the end will be the anglers, because you know all that will happen is the pier will end up being closed for fishing, and it'll be unfortunate because it is a fantastic venue. It really is a good venue. It can get pretty congested and it can get full, but like today I've come here now and I got the pier to myself, which is fantastic. But yeah, some great fish have come off here over the years. We're about an hour off high now, so fingers crossed the fishing starts picking up a little bit. I can't really say that because I've had 7 fish since I've been here, but yeah, it's gone pretty quiet for the last hour. I haven't had anything decent. Right on the left hand rod. Tide has turned now, so the rods have been folding over a little bit, but there's definitely a bite on there, so we'll pull it in. Hopefully it's not a dogfish. Another cracking smalleye. It's the 3rd smalleye in a day. I'm going to say about the same size, about the 7 or 8 pound mark. Beautiful. Right, number 3. Personal best for catching rays in one day is 4. And they were all smaller than this, so fingers crossed we got another one in us. We can break out PB for the quantity of fish caught, and then see if we can get any bigger ones. Let's get it back in the water. As expected, the tide is ripping round crazy now, and I've had to change the direction I'm casting in. You can't cast out towards the buoy or straight out now because the rip is so bad it just pulls you around. So what I've had to do now is cast out towards the beach. Now, when you're fishing on the pier, a lot of people swim around here, right? People who do triathlon and stuff, and so what they'll do, they'll come down the slipway, and then they'll swim out, and then they'll go across to the beach. So another issue with casting out this way is boats coming out of the harbour over there. Sometimes, for whatever reason, they like to come a little bit too close to the pier, to the wall, and they can catch your line, cut you off, and all the rest of it. So just it's not ideal casting this way, but until the tide dies off, this is pretty much the only place I can fish. The wind is too strong for me to take you up on the top there, because you just have a constant wind noise in the camera. So as I'm saying it, we've got a kayaker coming down over there, and he's definitely within casting distance as well. So you just got to, when you're fishing piers and stuff like that, you just got to keep your wits about you and make sure you're not going to kill anyone with a 6-ounce lead. So fingers crossed for casting into the bay. Now we can, it's gone a bit quiet, you know. We've already had 8 fish, so I can't really say it's been a great session, but for the last hour and a half it's been really quiet. So I'm hoping now maybe a change of tactic, change of casting into the bay, maybe that'll bring me the 4th ray, hopefully. Right guys, you're gonna have to finish the video on that last ray. The workmen are coming up now, and they're going to be jet washing round and everything, so I'm not going to be able to film anymore. If you've enjoyed the video, guys, do me a favour, drop a like on the video, share it with a friend. Really helps me get my content out there to other people. At the time of filming, we've just passed 1,300 subscribers, so I want to say thank you to all you new subscribers and to the old subscribers for sticking around. Really does mean the world to me. It looks like my tackle is, I'm going to be placing my first mass order around about September, so it looks like my tackle is going to be available and on the market in the new year. The rods might be a little bit behind that because I'm still not happy with where I am with that, but the terminal tackle looks like it's all go. So yeah guys, thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed, see you soon.